So it's a little bit cooler in here now. Woo. I don't know what you haven't seen about the new range. Obviously you've seen the 223.
223, yeah.
Because we've got 2234 under the bag, right?
And there's a 225, right?
Correct, yeah. So we've got new Mizuno Pro 221, 223 and 225.
Nice. Beautiful.
So you've got both sets there in your spec. So once we're out in the golf course, we'll be able to take the old wrapper off, hit a few shots with them.
Yeah.
Interesting to see the differences in the two. I mean, this is the first time I've actually done anything with them. We had one set of the 221s, which went missing. They went into someone's bag, and this is the second set we've had in. So they literally are brand spanking new.
I like this finish.
Do you like those?
The raw copper, is it?
Denim copper, we've called that.
Denim copper.
Denim copper. Love it. Yeah,
All
so
look
again,
amazing as usual.
nice, yeah. So we're going to hit. We've got 7-iron of all three, so we're still waiting on a full set of the 223s. So we've got 7-iron and 221, 223 and 225. So we hit a couple. I'm always intrigued about. All players are different, I think, in terms of when they renew their irons, when they change their irons. What spurs you into change your irons? Is it on your part? Is it, our guys say, hey, I'll try these. It's always an interesting one, I think, when you do come up for renewal or you want to change. So in your mind, where would you go? Would you wait for someone? Are you always on the front foot saying, I want to try something new?
I'm not much of a tinkerer. I remember when I got to #1 in the world and I was playing the irons, and then suddenly see new stuff comes out and they want me to go to the new stuff, and I was should I not? But when you go through all the testing process, usually they're equally as good, if not getting better. I mean, it's amazing the technology advances that you guys come up with, and each iron seems to get better and better, and you've obviously got a lot more choice now too. Different feels, different looks. I've always been more of a blade kind of player. I just really like that feedback the blade gives you. But I have a little bit of a mixed set right now. I've got the 223 4-iron. I love that it goes a little bit higher, quite far. It's quite strong club.
Yeah, powerful face. Yeah.
And then I have the old 3-iron, the HMB 3-iron, which again, a little bit more forgiving, a little bit higher. So there's longer shots from 225, 230 yards. The ball's still coming down nice and softly, but with the irons, I mean, this is beautiful, isn't it? I could put these in the bag straight away this week. I'm sure it'll be
a nice,
nice
upgrade.
Not a big deal to change.
Yeah,
right, easy one.
Let's get a couple of those.
Can you see any difference between those and your flip?
Shinier. Not a lot, to be honest. Just subtle differences. A little bit. Yes, it's the toe end. It maybe looks not quite as long, slightly shorter. But that might be. It's amazing how much the sheen with something that's a little bit more dull from being used changes the kind of look a little bit, but very, very similar. Slightly thinner top edge maybe, but not a lot in it. So again, I like the old school Mizuno Pro too.
Yeah.
The writing.
Big fan. Differences in that?
I think throughout, from the wedges into the irons, the one thing I took from it was that kind of how that hosel enters the head. That's I think especially you'll be able to shed some light on the wedges side of stuff, because I think that's quite it's an interesting part of the club head that sometimes you don't necessarily pick up on, but how that enters and how that kind of flows. For me, when you put those down, you go, that looks like you can nip it, you look like you can flip it, and it's the same with the irons. I think that.
Yeah.
And it is flow, because it's such a, as you said, it's such a subtle difference, but the flow and how they look behind the golf ball is half the battle, right? You want to put the golf club down and go, yeah, I'm going to hit this flush.
Well, very true. It's nice and crisp. Oh, retract manning it.
Yeah.
Move it over a bit. Nice there.
Call some numbers out there.
I'll just correct that back a little bit. What's his stock 7-iron, Luke? Distance?
72, 73?
So that last in there 75, so.
Not worn out, but. $76.
78.
Oh.
Looking good.
Feels great.
Now just, I won't tell you what that is. Just have a little look down that and see where that would fit in your eye. Would you? Because obviously from the three new models, we've got 221 being the more bladed style,
Yep.
225 being the kind of the most forgiving of the Mizuno Pro. So what you've got in your hand there is the 223. So the iron set of the 4-iron that you popped in the bag already.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, you know, a little bit of a bigger blade, a little bit more forgiving, top edge, a little bit thicker. Again, light, slightly longer, but again, it's still an iron that any player from all abilities could put in the bag and feel pretty good about it. Really comes off fast.
That was a different ball player.
Yeah.
Correct.
182 carry.
82.
Yeah.
Now, is that something that, when you feel that, I know we've hit one with it, when you feel that kind of that faster feel off the face, is that a good thing at that loft, or is that something you just want in the bag at 3-iron, 4-iron, you know, something that's going to be slightly hotter? Does that scare you at all when you got your 7-iron thinking, ooh?
Doesn't scare me. I mean, as long as the gapping is good in your irons, it doesn't matter. I mean, you know, potentially with a stronger set, you might put in an extra wedge just to create a little bit more better gapping at the bottom. But still, you always feel like you can hit it closer with a bit more loft, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm hitting a 7-iron, usually my 6-iron's 185, and hitting my 7-iron almost as far as that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Creeping towards that, and that's
it's not a bad thing to have, as long as you understand how far they go and their consistent distance.
yeah.
Is that all ball speed, Matt, or is that spin and launch as well?
Spin and launch, yeah. So the spin's reduced a little bit with the slight loft changes. We did 221 of the standard 221 lofts. The 223 is a standard 223 loft. So the lofts are a little different. That's going to bring everything down a little bit. That's going to obviously ultimately hit it a little bit further as well. But yeah, we wanted to keep them. They are in Luke's spec in terms of shaft, grip, loft, lie. But we wanted to keep the lofts as they are in the set, just so we can see when we're out of the golf course, you know, where your normal 8-iron would go. You've got that slightly hotter 225 set. We just want to see distance-wise, and as you say, where we're hitting it and where it's coming up to. So it's just and it will be an interesting factor to see how much we'd have to change your set to accommodate in terms of modern lofts. That makes sense. Yeah. But again, we'll come something around the golf course and try some different things. So just the one last 7-iron. Right, this is the 225.
225, yeah.
So this is the hottest of the three.
Hottest?
Hottest of the three, yeah. This
Yeah, it
is
looks
kind
a
of
little bit like that HMB kind of.
That's it, yeah. So if you glance at the hosel there, it's the 225 HMB. So this is the HMB replacement, but obviously a full set.
Oh, I can see it, yeah. One little at the bottom. Probably a few yards shorter.
As of this and that, do you discount like imperfect shots from players like me?
Yes, yeah. I mean, you've got to keep your eye on it. You've got to keep your eye on the drop off on miss hits, or the drop off on when you don't quite catch it. But 9 times out of 10 we're working on the good shot, because hopefully it's going to come to the surface a little bit more. And I think strike's always a byproduct of having the correct shaft, having the correct length. So there are boxes to tick before we are looking at how bad your bad one is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that one was 187.
Yeah, you see the ball speed jumps
95
up.
total.
Yeah, and that's something that when we're out on the golf course it might be interesting, because that's not normally your yardages, but that's where you've got 3 very different sets. You've got your more honest blade, and then you've got your the guy that doesn't want something that is ugly looking. You still want it pretty packaged, but you just got a lot more power. You've got a lot more power under the hood. So it'll be interesting to see how the three sets perform out on golf course.